light has come. I have forgiven the world. I am under no laws but God's. Light has come. I have forgiven the world. I am under no laws but God's. The light has come. I have forgiven the world. I am under no laws but God's. The light has come. I am under no laws but God's. That's lesson 75 and 76 in A Course in Miracles. This is a review lesson. We're on lesson 88 for Saturday, March the 29th of 2025. And we're sitting in front of the dam on Lee Creek in Arkansas that makes Devil's Lake at Devil's Den State Park. A lot of kids out here playing today. Just a nice place to sit though. Nice sunny day. This is for your Saturday lesson, but we're just a few days before that. We're on, let's see what the date must be, Wednesday, I think. Anyway, the light has come. Today we will review these ideas. The light has come. And when we originally did that lesson 75, I sang the song, "The light has come, I have forgiven the world." That's why the light has come, because we've learned to forgive. So I went ahead and included that in our song. The light has come, I have forgiven the world, and I am under no laws but God's. The light has come. In choosing salvation rather than attack, I merely choose to recognize what is already there. Salvation is a decision made already. Attack and grievances are not there to choose. That is why I always choose between truth and illusion, between what is there and what is not. The light has come. I can but choose the light, for it has no alternative. It has replaced the darkness, and the darkness has gone. These would prove useful forms for specific applications of this idea. The idea the light has come. If you're tempted, you might say, this cannot show me darkness, for the light has come. Or, the light in you is all that I would see, and name the person's name is causing you some kind of, that you think is causing you some kind of discomfort. It's really just the way you're looking at it. The light in you is all that I would see. Netanyahu. I would see in this only what is there. And just, so those some good specific applications. And I am under no laws but God's. Here is the perfect statement of my freedom. I am under no laws but God's. I am constantly tempted to make up other laws and give them power over me. I suffer only because of my belief in them. They have no real effect on me at all. I am perfectly free of the effects of all laws save God's. And His are the laws of freedom. For specific forms in applying this idea, these would be useful. So the lesson, the general idea is I'm under no laws but God's. But some nice ways that you could use that when tempted during the day to be upset. You could say, my perception of this shows me I believe in laws that do not exist. Wow. Start using your perception to show you that you're believing in laws that do not exist. Or you could say, I see only the laws of God at work in this. Or you might say, let me allow God's laws to work in this, and not my own. And I might remind you, those are not necessarily, it's not the words so much that matter, it's the idea. So you can use any words you want. You know, the idea, if you want to keep a word to memorize, would just keep the general idea, I'm under no laws but God's, and the light has come. Okay, do you understand what to do? And I didn't say, but I'm Forgiveness Willie here in the Ozarks today of Devil's Den, Lee Creek. I think I said all that, but I don't think I said my name. Which hopefully you come back where you know my name. But for those that are new, I always want you to feel welcome. Okay, let's see. In our text reading, we're in chapter 11, God or the Ego, and we're in section 1, the gifts of fatherhood. And I might mention, with all the kids playing, keep in mind that Jesus said, unless you become as little children, you'll in no way enter the kingdom of heaven. So we want to take that innocent playfulness and use it all of our lives, and the trust in our divine parent to care for us just like a human parent would. Okay, and we are in the gifts of fatherhood. We read first paragraph through the fourth paragraph. So let's take a look at the fourth paragraph again. What is possible only in time, but time has no meaning. You who made delay can have time behind simply by recognizing that neither beginnings nor endings were created by the Eternal, who placed no limits on His creation or upon those who create like Him. You do not know this simply because you have tried to limit what He created, and so you believe that all creation is limited. How then could you know your creations, having denied infinity? The laws of the universe do not permit contradiction. What holds for God holds for you. If you believe you are absent from God, you will believe that He is absent from you. Infinity is meaningless without you, and you are meaningless without God. There is no end to God and His Son, for we are the universe. God is not incomplete, and He is not childless. Because He did not will to be alone, He created a Son like Himself. Do not deny Him His Son, for your unwillingness to accept His fatherhood has denied you yours. See His creations as His Son, for yours were created in honor of Him. The universe of love does not stop because you do not see it, nor have your closed eyes lost the ability to see. Look upon the glory of His creation, and you will learn what God has kept for you. Paragraph 6. God has given you a place in His mind that is yours forever, yet you can keep it only by giving it, as it was given you. Could you be alone there when it was given you because God did not will to be alone? God's will cannot be lessened. It can only be increased. For everything He creates has the function of creating. Love does not limit, and what it creates is not limited. To give without limit is God's will for you, because only this can bring you the joy that is His and that He wills to share with you. Your love is as boundless as His, because it is His. Your love is as boundless as His, because it is His. Paragraph 7. Could any part of God be without His love? And could any part of His love be contained? God is your heritage because His one gift is Himself. How can you give except like Him, if you would know His gift to you? Give then without limit and without end. to learn how much he has given you. Your ability to accept him depends on your willingness to give as he gives. Your fatherhood and your Father are one. God wills to create, and your will is his. It follows then that you will to create, since your will follows from his. Okay, let's read that again. Your fatherhood and your Father are one. God wills to create, and your will is his. It follows then that you will to create, since your will follows from his, and being an extension of his will, yours must be the same. Paragraph 8. Yet what you will you do not know. This is not strange when you realize that to deny is to not know. God's will is that you are his son. By denying this, you deny your own will, and therefore do not know what it is. You must ask what God's will is in everything, because it is yours. Catch that? You must ask what God's will is in everything, because it is your will. It's what you want to do. That's God's will. Learn to ask God in everything so that you can do your will. You do not know what it is. You do not know what your will is, but the Holy Spirit remembers it for you. Ask him, therefore, what God's will is for you, and he will tell you what your will is. It cannot be too often repeated that you do not know it. It cannot be too often repeated that you do not know what God's will for you is. Because we're so out of touch with ourselves because we've denied God and ourselves. Whenever what the Holy Spirit tells you appears to be coercive, it is only because you have not recognized your will. Paragraph 9. The projections of the ego makes it appear as if God's will is outside yourself and therefore not yours. In this interpretation, it seems possible for God's will and yours to conflict. God then may seem to demand of you what you do not want to give, and thus deprive you of what you want. Would God, who wants only your will, be capable of this? Your will is his life, which he has given to you. Even in time you cannot live apart from him. Sleep is not death. What he created can sleep, but cannot die. Would God, who wants only your will, be capable of this? Let's back up in paragraph 9. The projection of the ego makes it appear as if God's will is outside yourself and therefore not yours. In this interpretation, it seems possible for God's will and yours to conflict. God then may seem to demand of you what you do not want to give, and thus deprive you of what you want. Would God, who wants only your will, be capable of this? Your will is his life, which he has given to you. Even in time you cannot live apart from him. Sleep is not death. What he created can sleep, but cannot die. Immortality is his will for his Son, and his Son's will for himself. The Son's will for himself and God's will for his Son is the same in this, and it's immortality. You can't die. You can sleep, you can go unconscious, but you cannot die. Immortality and God's will for his Son and his Son's will for himself. Let me read that again. Immortality is his will for his Son and his Son's will for himself. God's Son cannot will death for himself because his Father is life and his Son is like him. Creation is your will because it is his. Paragraph 10. You cannot be happy unless you do what you will truly. And you cannot change this because it is immutable. It is immutable by God's will and yours, for otherwise his will would not be extended. You are afraid to know God's will because you believe it is not yours. This belief is your whole sickness and your whole fear. Let's catch that again. You are afraid to know God's will because you believe it is not your will. This belief is your whole sickness and your whole fear. Every symptom of sickness and fear arises here because this is the belief that makes you want not to know. A belief that makes you want not to know. This belief is your whole sickness. Let's catch it again. What makes us want not to know? You are afraid to know God's will because you believe it is not your will. This belief is your whole sickness and your whole fear. Every symptom of sickness and fear arises here because this is the belief that makes you want not to know. Believing this, you hide in darkness, denying that the light is in you. In our last paragraph, 11, you are asked to trust the Holy Spirit only because he speaks for you. He is the voice for God, but never forget that God did not will to be alone. He shares his will with you. He does not thrust it upon you. God doesn't thrust his will upon you. You can't find your way if you feel like you're being coerced. You got to find your own will, which is God's will. And that's where you're really going to be happy. You are asked to trust the Holy Spirit only because he speaks for you. He is the voice for God, but never forget that God did not will to be alone. He shares his will with you. He does not thrust it upon you. Always remember that what he gives, he keeps, so that nothing he gives can contradict him. You who share his life must share it to know it, for sharing is knowing. Blessed are you who learn that to hear the will of your Father is to know your own. There's another beatitude. Blessed are you who learn that to hear the will of your Father is to know your own. You want to know your own will? Well then, hear the will of your Father. Of course, you'll be blessed. Blessed are you who learn that to hear the will of your Father is to know your own. For it is your will to be like him, whose will it is that it be so. God's will is that his Son be one and united with him in his oneness. That is why healing is the beginning of the recognition that your will is his. Healing is the beginning of the recognition that your will is God's will. Okay, well, let's hasten on healing. Okay, let's see. Before we go back and look at our lesson once again, the light has come. I'm under no laws but God's, which you're supposed to take 15 minutes today and spend the time going into the silence, and you can do a little reading meditation. Read the lesson as part of that 15 minutes, and open your eyes again when you're in the silence, asking God for his word. If you find your mind wandering, it says open your eyes again and read a little bit more. And then close your eyes when you can be receptive and mind not wandering. And then in the morning, tell yourself many times today, the light has come. And in the afternoon, tell yourself, I'm under no laws but God's. Okay. Let's see what all's going on around the world. And you know, I'm not exactly sure when Ramadan ends. I thought ended today, and that the last couple days of Ramadan is called, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, Eid al-Fitr, and it says it's on the 29th and the 30th, and today's the 29th. So perhaps it's the end of Ramadan. We're coming close to it. And then Lent continues. Knights of Columbus, which for you Christian people, Catholics specifically, Knights of Columbus Founders Day, which is one of those Catholic organizations. Brothers and Sisters Day. Well, it's a day for all of us in the world, huh? We're all brothers and sisters. Earth Hour, and that is a save the planet concept where you're supposed to turn off all electrical items for 1 hour today. And if everyone in the world did that, it'd make a remarkable difference. Anyway, mainly just think of today as Earth Hour Day. Mermaid Day, Mom and Pop Business Owners Day. The cafe here at the Devil's Den is the state owns it, but they lease out the contract, and it's a mom and pop, nice little place to come eat. I'd encourage if you, I mean, not that it needs just regular old SAD food, you know, standard American diet food. Anyway, Mom and Pop Business Owners Day. Piano Day. My first wife, Diane, she loved to play piano. And my daughter, Melody, I was hoping that she would she kind of plays too. But anyway, Piano Day, for whatever that's worth. Niagara Falls Runs Dry Day. Well, we got some falls. This is Lee Falls or Devil's Falls. Niagara Falls Runs Dry. I don't remember what year in the 1800s there was a big earthquake. For some reason I want to say 1821, but I don't know that that's correct. Forgot to look it up. But during the earthquake, the Mississippi River ran backwards for, I don't know for how long, but for a little while, and Niagara Falls quit running. So that's kind of cool. So that's Niagara Falls Runs Dry Day. And Welcome Home Vietnam Veterans Day. And then out of Seed Savers Exchange, we've got another spinach type. This isn't actually a spinach. It's the New Zealand spinach, which is actually, instead of a Spinacia oleracea, which is your genera and species of spinach, it's a Tetragonia expansa. And listen, but you eat it like spinach, and in real big seeds and big plant. New Zealand spinach, not a true spinach, but this tender perennial, commonly grown as an annual, tastes like spinach, but is slow to bolt, even in hot weather. The strong spreading plants branch freely, and their fresh leaves are great for fresh summer greens. This historic variety is a good source of vitamin C. It was described in Queen Charlotte Sound, New Zealand, by British botanist Sir Joseph Banks, who sailed with Captain Cook's first voyage to the South Pacific in 1768 to 1771. Seeds are slow to germinate, 50 to 70 days, and there are 440 seeds to the ounce. So you can see that's a pretty good size seed. Okay, and I think we're ready to, I wanted you to see I don't usually put man-made items in my recording, but I wanted you to see this beautiful rock-built, just these rocks that are all around here, made a waterfall out of it. There's a lake on the other side, the Devil's Lake. So a little louder on this side, a lot more activity, but you got to see a bunch of kids playing. It's a nice day to be playing. Totally oblivious that there's someone recording. It looks like everybody's kind of moved out now. Okay, be sure to do your lesson today. forgiven the world. I am under no laws but God's. I am under no laws but God's. The light has come. The light has come. And if you're tempted, tell yourself, this cannot show me darkness, for the light has come. Or you might say, the light in you is all that I would see. Then put in the name. The light in you is all that I would see. All that I would see. I would see in this. What is there? What is there? And that's all what you'd say under the light has come. I have forgiven the world. And then in the afternoon today, tell yourself, I am under no laws but God's. I am under no laws but God's. And if you're tempted today, say, my perception of this shows me I believe in laws that do not exist. Can you do that next time you see something fearful? My perception of this shows me I believe in laws that do not exist. I see only the laws of God at work in this. Or you might say, let me allow God's laws to work in this and not my own. Step back and let God lead the way. I am under no laws but God's. I am under no laws but God's. The light has come. I have forgiven the world. I am under no laws but God's. Okay, and our word for peace today is from the coastal Caribbean people, the Garifuna people. And the word, and I don't know if I'm going to be pronouncing this right, but let's give her a try. Oh, they're in Guatemala, Nicaragua, Belize, and Honduras, that area on the Caribbean. And the word for peace is Darangilaü. Darangilaü. So Darangilaü be with you. The light has come. I am under no laws but God's. Darangilaü.